Anyway, we do have a gentleman. Come on over here. Ivan Pecel. You would have seen him earlier this week. Ivan, thank you very much.
Hey, thanks a lot for having me. I appreciate it.
And, here you are. You're a world champion juggler.
Yep.
And then you're standing here between us two. How did you ever get to that low point in your life?
Everything else pretty much didn't really work out. So here I am. You can only take so many downfalls, and then next thing you know, you wake up and you're on the Radiance of the Seas, and it's just kind of like,
what happened?
The meetings don't really work, and so you know how it is.
Okay, how many things can you juggle at one time?
I can do 8.
8?
8. Yeah, I put a lot more time in than most people. The most I usually do in my shows is 6 or 7 on the cruise ship shows, mainly because a lot of times, when you're in different parts of the world, the ship will be moving around so much, and it becomes very, very difficult to do anything more than 5. When you can barely walk and stand still, it's hard to keep everything.
Last time I've seen a juggler of that quality, he was my accountant.
Right.
Now, in this show, it's completely different from the show that we had for the comedy doubleheader?
Yes, completely different.
Do you want to reveal some of the things that, or do you want to talk about that?
I could possibly do a thing where I juggle a baby.
What?
Wow.
Who knows?
Didn't Michael Jackson already do that?
Oh. Yeah, well, I got acquitted, so
Okay.
that's the difference.
Okay, so you might juggle a baby.
I might. Who knows?
And
they don't let me do fire on the ships, which is a shame.
No, that's right. But you do fire when you're on land. You do.
Well, not since the fire.
Oops. Yeah. Well, that's pretty much why we don't allow it here.
Right.
Now, when you travel to do your show, what are some of the places you've been to?
I do a lot of cruise ships. I do about probably 16, 17 weeks a year on cruise ships, and the rest of the time I do a lot of college shows, different universities and stuff around the country, corporate shows, for big corporations. Right when I get back, I get off here July 4th. I'm here for 2 weeks, and then on the 6th, I fly to Austin, Texas, and I do a show for Farmers Insurance Group.
Nice.
And then I'm doing a couple other universities in between there, and then I'm back here for 2 weeks. So I keep a good mix of stuff between cruise ships and colleges and corporate shows, and I do a lot of stuff in Europe and theaters and
well, you've been a Royal
gigs.
Caribbean favorite for many years. I mean,
I love Royal Caribbean. I do perform on a lot of other cruise lines, but all honestly, Royal Caribbean is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I mean, would any other cruise line let you do a show like this?
Really?
They wouldn't make me do the show like they do here. They'd probably give me a choice, but I'm just saying.
When you travel, you just travel by yourself, or are you married?
I've been married for about 3 years to a girl, and she comes with me every once in a while. It's great because I can bring her on the ships for free, and a lot of the gigs that I do, I bring her with me, and she actually got tired of traveling. Because we've been everywhere around the world. We've been to Europe. We've been all over South America. We've been everywhere, and so she's a 3rd grade teacher now.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, is she pretty impressed with your career?
Yeah, it's she likes it. I mean, we met in college. I was in a fraternity. She was in a sorority, so that was kind of default that we met. And it's been great because she's been, through the big stuff in my career, like the real big gigs, and she's kind of been there the whole time with me. So that's been really, really cool and real special for us. I think she gets a little embarrassed when people ask her, like, oh, so what does your husband do? And she's like, oh, well, he's a juggler, and they kind of just look at her like, oh, so stuff didn't really work out, huh? Like if you need a room sometime, you can come stay with us. And telling her parents kind of what I did, was a big thing. And that's always hard about my career, or I think any entertainer's career, really, when you try to explain to people what they do, they don't really get it until they see your show or until they see you work.
Well, you mix in comedy as well, and we find that the same thing. So what does your husband do? Oh, he's a comedian. Yeah, well, what's he do for a living?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And even people on the ship sometimes they'll be like, wow, so do you get a free cruise? Or do they hire you to be here? And I'm like, well, I have my fun with them. I'm like, no, I just always bring all this stuff with me, and I just walked up day one. I'm like, hey, if you guys need like a full show anytime, like I just got this case here. I know you've never seen me or anything, but I got all this stuff, and if you just want me to throw something together last minute, I can.
Well, I want to thank you very much for being here. The show times are tonight, 7 and 9 o'clock.
7 and 9 o'clock.
It's farewell show, and
bring your babies.
Yeah, bring your babies.
There you go.
Anything else you want to say?
No,
I'm actually going to take off. I have to go.
Okay.
I have to go eat.
Yeah, that's right. Great. Thank you. Thank
you
you very
Ivan.
much.
Appreciate it.
Been great. It's been great. You're right.
He missed. Close.
Look at this
Close.
gentleman. Maybe he can.
You want to be on the show?
Yeah. Do you want to be on the show? No,
Wanna
no,
say
he
hi to
doesn't
your
want to be
family?
on the
Oh,
show.
no.
That's okay.
We tried.
See, we can't get people who want to be on the show.
Ivan,
Even
he was close, but I feel
even the entertainers don't want to be on the show. My name is Warren, your cruise director. I'm short.
I'm shorter.
He's much shorter now. And we'll see you
Quit.
around the ship.